U.S. Bank Stadium is a sea of purple and nothing else. There are no fans in attendance today. One of the things you'll find common this year is people wearing masks on the sideline. And when it comes to the spectators in the stands, they're not required to wear masks, only recommended. You plan on attending a baseball game in North Iowa this year? You're going to notice some changes. The Central Iowa Metropolitan League is enforcing just 2 tickets per player and coach in order to limit the amount of spectators in the stands. As the most important piece of that roster, when the team is good, he's usually the one that's making them good. What better rivalry than one right here in the Med City? Bragging rights are on the line right here in Rochester. A lot of bits and pieces moving around on the taxi squad. We're going to see that a lot in the NHL this year. Usually there is a lot of fanfare about a 5-2 team when they host a 1-6 team, but there are plenty of storylines that make this such an interesting matchup. It's not the most enviable position for the Twins right now. They're down in an 0-2 hole after dropping the first 2 games of the series. Only 6 teams have made the playoffs after starting 0-3 on the season. That's the wrong side of history the Vikings want to be on. I had to break out the thesaurus to kind of find the word that best surmises the Vikings' performance, and the word that I came up with was atrocious. And even a little snow wasn't going to stop us. We have a quartet of matchups from Olmsted County. Nestled in the cornfields just outside of Charles City lies the All-Iowa Lawn Tennis Club, dubbed the Court of Dreams. It's got to be the coolest day to be a high school athlete right now. The Mayo Spartans are facing the Mankato West Scarlets right here where the Vikings call home. The game is a lot similar to the one you see on TV every single day. The only real difference is that the ball is a little bit bigger and softer than a normal one you see right here. There's nothing Chris Stout and his sons Cameron and Elliott would rather do than play baseball.
Strike 3 on the inside corner.
This year, though, the baseball season never started for the Stouts. So now the Stout squad is playing the game they adore before an unlikely but appreciative home crowd.
We needed the practice anyway. All the practices are canceled and delayed right now, so I decided, well, we should play baseball, and rather than play in our backyard where no one can see us, I'm sure there's some people who would appreciate seeing us play baseball, so let's go play in front of the nursing home. Each day, the Stouts play catch before the watchful eye of residents at Edenbrook, Rochester, just a few blocks from their home. They put on a show simulating real game action, giving fans old enough to remember when baseball really was America's pastime a taste of that beloved game. The Stout boys play for the Rochester Heat, and Elliott is also a bat boy for the Honkers. The younger Stout is energized by the senior fan base.
It's nice because they're having fun and they don't get outside, so it's better to see someone do it for them.
Nursing homes have been some of the hardest hit by COVID-19, but during this pandemic, the Stout family is giving residents something to look forward to each day.
Residents absolutely love it. They look forward to it. They've become a part of our family here. We look forward to seeing them every single day.
And putting smiles on the faces of the fans eliminates any pandemic darkness, making the players whole and happy.
It feels good to know that, maybe we're something we look forward to from people's days. Knowing that, that this could be the highlight of somebody's day, it makes it easier to get up and go.
Each day ends with a wave to residents. A see you later until these boys this summer play ball again tomorrow.
It's another form of smile that we get to share alongside with them.
Chris says they will continue to play here during the pandemic as long as the weather holds up. In Rochester, Zach Gilleland, KIMT News 3. You've seen them score countless touchdowns and hit 3-pointers. Blooming Prairie Athletics had an amazing year. But with their success, it got me thinking, what really is an awesome blossom? First, I asked some of my coworkers at KIMT to see if they really knew what it is.
My understanding is that an awesome blossom is a blooming onion.
I really don't have any idea.
It's gotta be some type of flower, right?
Is it a really cool flower?
To get the real answer, I traveled to Blooming Prairie to find out from Activities Director Ali Mock.
Really, we are a flower. I mean, that's our mascot. We are a giant flower.
It's as simple as that, a flower. It's not a brand new, flashy nickname. There's a deep history associated with it.
In the 1900s, it was Austin High School kind of named us the Boys from Blossom Town, and then from there, it's kind of transitioned into the Awesome Blossoms. That was in 1979.
The Blossoms' colorful nickname has received plenty of attention in the past few weeks. The Minnesota State High School League created a bracket challenge of team mascots. BP is currently in the championship game against the Moorhead Spuds. John Millay, the man behind the bracket, says he didn't expect this many people to get involved.
We're past 85,000 votes right now as we're in the final matchup between the Spuds and the Awesome Blossoms. It's gone beyond anything I ever anticipated.
What makes this matchup unique, there are no other schools in the country that have the same name. and the Blossoms wouldn't have it any other way.
It's just really hard to explain unless you're part of a community like this where you just see that. We get excited when, you know, teams kind of make fun of us for being the Flowers and everything, and then we go and beat them.
They may not have a generic nickname like the Tigers, Lions, or Bears, but the Awesome Blossoms are truly one of a kind. In Blooming Prairie, Zach Gilleland, KIMT News 3 Sports.